want to share with you the story of John Feen. He was a client of ours who was unfortunately diagnosed with mesothelioma and had to hire a mesothelioma lawyer to recover compensation. My name's Paul Danziger. I'm a mesothelioma attorney with Danziger De Llano, and for more than 30 years I've represented individuals and families facing a diagnosis of mesothelioma. Our firm and our team has recovered over $2 billion for victims nationwide. Most of our clients recover well over $1 million in an individual case. John was born and raised in Barnwell, South Carolina. His childhood was marked by hard work, deep-rooted values that come from growing up in a small southern community. His mother, Louise, worked long days in the fields, and John spent his youth right beside her, picking cotton, gathering watermelon, helping wherever he could. He also worked as a golf caddy at a local course and helped in the small family-run grocery store. Those early jobs shaped his character, quiet resilience, humility, and a willingness to shoulder any burden. Those same values followed him throughout every chapter of his life. Early work exposure. John left South Carolina in the 1960s, spending a short period in Florida before moving to New York City. Details of his Florida work remained unfortunately unclear, but in approximately 1966 he was working in the New York Garment District, a time when many large buildings and commercial structures were insulated with asbestos materials. But the most significant asbestos exposure came soon afterwards. In 1970, which could be called his mid-career exposure, John began working as a custodian at Park West High School in New York City, a job he held faithfully for more than 3 decades until retiring in 2006. Custodians in older school buildings frequently worked around aging asbestos insulation. These include the boiler rooms, the pipes wrapped with asbestos thermal insulation, included floor tiles, ceiling tiles, and fireproofing materials. John's daughter, Tracy, explained that his job almost certainly included engineering-type tasks, especially working near boilers, which were lined with asbestos for most of the 20th century. John spent decades cleaning, maintaining, and managing areas where asbestos fibers would be airborne and then get in his lungs. Around 1985, he also began working as a fireman with Local 94, a position that placed him in a mechanical room, heating systems, and other locations with known asbestos-containing components. His work as a fireman overlapped with his school custodial duties until he retired. Even in places he viewed as safe, a school, a union job, John encountered the dangerous fibers that would not show their impact until decades later. Diagnosis and treatment. In time, John began experiencing symptoms that neither he nor his family could explain. Doctors eventually diagnosed him with poorly differentiated carcinoma with sarcomatoid features, and additional pathology stains were consistent with malignant mesothelioma. Despite treatment, John passed away at 73 years old. With mesothelioma listed as the cause of death on his certificate, he left behind his daughter Tracy, and although separated, his wife of more than 30 years, Karen. John never worked for recognition. He simply showed up every day for his family, for the school, where he served for 36 years, and for the union that trusted him. His loss was deeply felt by many. When John's family reached out to our law firm, Danziger De Llano, they were grieving. They were overwhelmed, and they were searching for answers. Our team began reconstructing every phase of John's work history. His decades with Local 94 as a fireman in New York, his early years in South Carolina, Florida, and the New York Garment District, any potential home repair or automotive exposure that contained asbestos fibers. We also assisted Tracy in locating co-workers like Mr. Sutton, who attended John's funeral, and helped provide critical testimony. Our legal team analyzed building materials, boiling system and known asbestos products used in schools and commercial buildings during those years in New York. We prepared trust claims, evaluated litigation options, and managed every part of the process so John's family wouldn't have to. Compensation. Well, one is from the Asbestos Bankruptcy Trusts. $30 billion has been set aside by companies like Owens Corning, Firebard, W.R. Grace, Armstrong World Industries to pay individuals. These settlements can be obtained without having to sue any company or person, and they are pretty quick. We submit a diagnosis, we talk about exposure history, and we get compensation from the Asbestos Bankruptcy Trusts. The second is people we have previously litigated against, and we might have a general understanding of how much a case would be worth, and we get compensation. And the third way is for companies who refuse to admit liability, and then you have to go full-blown litigation to recover compensation. We put this all together, we work hard, and we get compensation for our clients. All consultations are free, confidential, and require no upfront fees. In summary, John devoted his life to honest work, quiet work. He did it faithfully without complaint. His story is a reminder that mesothelioma doesn't come from personal choices. It comes when companies choose not to protect workers. If you lived in New York or any one of the areas that John worked in, and you were diagnosed with mesothelioma lung cancer, we can help you. Please contact Danziger De Llano today. We'll fight for your family just as we fought for John's. Call 1-800-996-4000 or visit our website dandell.com. Thank you once again.